Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the BLAZETHELION podcast. I am your host, Blaze the Lion. Yes, I raise lions. Tonight's guest, you all can see her if you're watching the video. If you're listening to the audio, then obviously you can't see her, but I will introduce her in a moment. Before I do that, like I said before, this is the BLAZETHELION podcast. So share, and share. All right, which means tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a damn friend. All right, like, subscribe, laugh, put some comments, put some drawings, something, interaction. We need it. You know, you love it. On that subject of love, if you love what you're seeing, if you love the movement, if you love what's going on with this podcast, and you would like to support, you can support. We have 3 tiers, all right? As low as $1 a month. $12 a year. That's it. All right? All the way up to $10 per month, and you get BLAZETHELION podcast apparel. All right? We got hats coming soon. We got webinars. We got seminars. We got a lot of things planned. Just wait. All right? Because I can't do this alone. I need you guys, and I appreciate you guys. So as my appreciation for you just being a loyal listener, you get gifts. All right? Yes. Tonight's guest is someone who's amazing. Tonight's guest is someone who's focused. Let me get my voice right. Tonight's guest is someone whose energy is contagious.
Oh.
She's a business owner. She's fit, like fit in real life. Fit for life. She is a business owner. She is an entrepreneur because this month's theme is entrepreneurs. All right? Starting that business, getting that business done, building a thriving business, working through the kinks, being able to motivate others and empower others. So this person does that very well. This person is creative. She's a mom. She's a pet owner. Figured I'd throw that in. And she has exotic pets, not just cats and dogs. I've seen iguanas and all big owls, maybe, all sorts of reptiles and amphibians. She has a great smile, and she loves what she does. She has a passion for what she does. She's walking in her purpose. Tonight's guest also has a podcast. She's a certified personal trainer, a group fitness instructor. Her book is coming out any moment. Tonight's guest is none other than my good friend. Got to get this last name right. Here we go. Tonight's guest is my friend Sandy Tocci.
Tocci.
I was early on.
It's like there should be an H in there somewhere. That was an awesome intro. Thank you. You win. Blaze win.
Jason, take notes. Take notes.
That was the longest intro. That was awesome. The best part of it was your friend. That was the best part. That was your friend. That is awesome.
True. It's true.
Thank you.
You already got people in the comments who are ready. We got Veronica saying awesome, fireball. We got Dulcie saying hi.
What's up?
I gave my mini intro.
I know.
So now it's your turn. Tell the people at home just a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. Well, including all of the above that you just mentioned. I mean, I think you tapped into almost every like avenue. should I tell everybody that we went to school together and that you didn't even know that? Remember? You probably still don't even remember that.
This is true.
That we
I know your friends. I remember your friends. I just didn't remember you.
Right? I know. Because you know what? In school, I was extremely, it's just crazy that this is the field that I'm in fitness now, because I am so introverted, and in like grade school and growing up and everything, I was just so introverted and so extremely shy. It's probably why you never you knew my friends. I was there, but I just was a super, super shy person. So that was just me. But it's crazy because I started with like entrepreneur spirit and drive and desire from a very young age. And it's funny because my parents had pushed me to do things. If there was any ever fundraisers or things like at school that we did, those little sell candles or sell like the holiday gift things, the wrapping paper and all that stuff at the school, elementary school. My parents were like, "Here, sure, go, but you have to go to every door. You have to knock. The times are different. You have to knock on the door and you have to ask them and let them know what you're doing and get that support." So we started from a young age, from that to lemonade stand, to puppet shows in my front yard, to selling bracelets. I did all of that. And I always had an entrepreneur spirit and always wanted to do. So that's, some of where this all started, all the drive to do that. As far as business and wanting to get into like the fitness, that passion came later on in life. And I always had that drive for passion, always knew that I wanted to do something in the fitness industry, which was, which was always my passion, my drive. Didn't know how that was going to happen, but that happened. But yeah, mom, I have married for 14 years now. I have 2 kids of my own, stepdaughter. We have 2 Great Danes. We have 2 Maine Coons. We have 2 tortoises or tortoise, however you call it.
I wasn't lying, y'all. She got reptiles and amphibians. I told you.
We, on my walks and my runs, I always run into animals, always owls and rabbits. We have them all around our neighborhood, ducks, everything. But I think that if I wasn't doing fitness, I would definitely be doing something in the animal industry, because that's definitely another passion. But that's me, a business owner. Fitness, we've owned Fit for Life here in Cooper City for, we Fit for Life in general for about 6 years, an actual brick and mortar like location. But Fit for Life started years ago in 2012, 2013, around that time was when I
almost 10 years.
Yeah. Started actual Fit for Life. And interesting enough is that it started with Beachbody, which I know you're familiar with as well. Mm-hmm. That is kind of how I started into becoming an entrepreneur, was that side of things, and doing that, the multi-level marketing. And that really gave me the drive and the baseline. It gave me a lot of direction as far as personal development, like feeding your mind and telling yourself that anything's possible and you can pursue your dreams and all that sort of stuff. And so that's where everything started, and going to seminars and attending things, reading books and talking to people and being motivated and driven really pushed us then to kind of consider doing workouts. And you started the workouts here in our home garage. We started those workouts, which was, at the time seemed crazy, but that's how we started those workouts there. And that led to...
Is anybody watching? Is anybody a loyal client of Sandy's? Was anybody in that garage?
Oh my gosh.
Put it in the chat.
Right?
Was anybody that day one, any day ones, Fit for Life day ones, put it in the chat. I'd love to see
right?
that.
There's gotta be, because we do have people from day one, from those garage days that came out here. And at the time when we opened that garage gym, I was like, there we go, some OG right there. I was 4 months pregnant, somewhere around there. So I was pregnant with my second son at the time when we started that garage gym, and we were running 3 classes a week. And it got to be where on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock, we had like 20 cars out front. And Jason and I were like looking at each other like, wow, like maybe we should consider, moving it into a location. But me being the very timid person that I am, being fearful, but also being risky at the same time, I was like, I need to play my cards right. Like I need to figure this out and see how this is going to work. And because again, we were both working full-time jobs, and I'm like, how is this, raising a family, a young family, how are we going to structure this in order for it to work? And we just started with step one of the home workouts, building our business, building our clientele, building a base, getting our name out there, making us known, showing up to events, doing all the baby steps that you got to do in order to get anywhere really, but really letting that passion drive us no matter where. We knew that if we stuck to our roots of our passion and our drive, that it would take us wherever we needed to go. And our strong faith just kind of led us in that direction. And when the time was right, we got that location in Pines. We opened that location, and that was pretty friggin' amazing. Still very surreal having like your own physical location. Sometimes it's like, wow, like this is kind of cool.
I remember in the beginning seeing you all, and just, I know, to open actual gym or in any business, right? To have your own physical location, it's a process, right? I mean, permits and the waiting game, and
oh my gosh,
fix this and adjust that, and like have that to code. And
yeah. I mean, funny story is, for those that know our physical location in Pines, they know how crazy and wacky that spot was. And really, we were at the time, again, we were first time business owners, and honestly, we were learning along the way, just like many first time business owners, many entrepreneurs. You kind of just learn, like you have a passion, you have a drive, and that you're going to do whatever it takes to pursue your dream and to go after it. And a lot of times you have no idea what is the behind the scenes, like what's involved. So finding that location was first, number one, super challenging, because we were like, what's like a good rent? Like, we don't even know, like what are you supposed to pay in rent? Like, what is for a first time business owner? We're like, we don't know what it is. I mean, we're just a mom and pop shop. We're not a business that has, billboards and commercials and things like that. So we're just a mom and pop shop. So we figured, this location would work for us as a starter because it was behind a plaza. It was kind of like leftover space. And for those that are local here to South Florida, know that it's right up there in Pines, Dykes and Pines, behind the kind of movie theater, Costco area back there. It's like a hidden spot. But it worked out for us because the rent was super affordable for us at the time. But what we didn't know was, like you said, all the permitting and the things that had to be done. And then when they came in to do inspections, they're like, oh no, by the way, that wall can't be there. Like, you need to move it. And we're like, move it? What do you mean? Like, we're supposed to open in like 2 weeks. Like, that's not going to work. And so we'd have to go back to the drawing table and figure that part out. And then they would have to do that. And everything was delayed. And we didn't know when we were going to open and things like that. So it's super frustrating. Definitely. We learned a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah. Man, I love hearing that, because if you're not a business owner and you see other people who are business owners, it looks glorious. You're like, oh, they're doing well and they have their own facility, and and you have no idea the sleepless nights. You have no idea where it's like, man, this is too much. I don't know if we can do it. Like those late night talks with your spouse, or even just inside, like, but you press on. Your passion enables you to press on. So
even in times of, even with the Pines location, we were super fortunate because business did grow rather quickly. Like it grew quickly, it grew well. We had a really good clientele base, and business was well. But like you say, there's always as a business owner, there's always the highs and the lows. There's always the low season. There's always the high season. And during your high season, as much as you want to celebrate, you're preparing yourself for the low season, because there's highs and lows of every business. But especially as a small business owner, you always know that there's that, there's peaks and valleys, there's up and down, up and down, up and down, especially in the beginning. Once you build, momentum and traction, things are usually pretty steady for a good period of time, but it can fluctuate for sure. It can fluctuate and move. But there were and there are plenty still sleepless nights thinking about things, wondering about things, questioning things. Am I capable of doing this? How much longer can I do this? Plenty of that. And that's reality of what it is.
Yes, definitely. In the chat, are there any business owners of anything? Online business owner, physical location, any industry? Check in below. Any business owners, entrepreneurs? You never know. Maybe you could be a guest on the BLAZETHELION podcast.
Right.
And I'll give you that amazing introduction. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, nothing can top that one, okay? That's it. No more. That's it.
Man. All right, so you have your facility, right? And that's going, and clientele is growing. You're hiring staff, trainers. You have the apparel, the Fit for Life shirts and hats and all this stuff, wristbands, and I think you even had pens or something like that too.
Oh yeah, we got pens, hand sanitizers. We've got headbands, racing shirts.
I still wear my shirt.
Awesome. That's awesome.
I still wear my shirts. Two other gyms.
Thank you. Hey. Thank you. Representing for us. Thank you.
Got to. So you have all that going, right? Life is good. Life is great. Yes, there are some ups and downs, but overall life is good. And then March.
Right.
2020.
Yeah. We all know.
What was that like? That first week.
Oh my God.
What was that like?
Well, yeah, first we have to backtrack like 6 months from that, because 6 months prior we had signed the lease on our second location. And because like I said, business was good. We signed the lease on our second location, and we were moving over to Cooper City, which is our hometown. Cooper City had always been a location that we wanted to be at from the very, very start, just because of the location. It's close to home. We know I'm from this area. I've been in this area since 1988. So this is like hometown. And my dream has always been to bring this gym to my hometown community. So it worked out. And 6 months before, even more than that, probably almost a year pre March 2020, we had started the location and looking at things and found the location, but build out was done. We opened the Cooper City location in February 10th, 2020. February 10th, 2020. No idea what was to come in just a short 5 weeks.
5 weeks later.
5 weeks. So we opened our doors and we had a grand opening party that was absolutely just amazing. The support, everything was incredible. And started off amazing. Like, it was incredible. New members, local to the community. It was really awesome. And then friggin' March, what was that? It was March 13th,
At the middle of March, yeah.
It was March 13th. I think it was around March 13th. And I remember that happening. And it, again, one of those very, just like everybody else, very surreal, very like, is this really happening? Like, I don't get it. I was very confused. Like, I didn't quite understand what was happening. And and then we were, ordered to close our doors. It was a complete panic mode, complete panic mode. So that was the first. And talk about sleepless nights. That was, I think every business owner, every entrepreneur, everybody honestly was thinking, even corporate workers thinking the same thing. Like, what is going to happen? What is this? What's going to happen? And when that took place, just like many other gyms, many other trainers, we took the quick, pivot and transferred right over into virtual immediately. Before we even before we were even ordered, our first virtual workout was March 17th, 2020. And I remember because it was St. Patrick's Day. And so I put together this like themed St. Patrick's Day workout to do virtually right here in my garage. So I'm teaching virtual workouts here. Jason's teaching at the gym. Some of our other coaches were teaching until we had to close. I remember we had to close, I think it was like that Thursday or Friday. It was like, I remember it was the end of the week because the kids, in school, that was it. It was right before spring break for the kids. And we were ordered to close our doors. And that's when it was like, it really hit like, wow, like what's going to happen? So Jason and I really had to, we had to put our thinking caps on and decide what we were going to do. We knew that virtual was going to be the avenue that we had to kind of turn to, because for me, again, like this is my passion. Like this is my joy, and being able to continuously offer something to people that I know people need it, especially in this time, like we need it. We need to release that stress and that buildup of just everything, anxiety and everything going on. So we had to do it no matter what, regardless of what the situation was. We had to do it. So we just picked a time. Like this is what it's going to be at the time. I think it was like 6:15 in the morning, something like that. 5 days a week, or 4 days a week. I was doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And we've been doing virtual ever since, and still doing virtual Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Still virtual. Has continued for the handful of people that have not returned to the gym. And we just recently decided that this is going to be our last month for virtual, so that we can move on to other things, because it does take a lot of, I think a lot of people don't realize, and I know, it's a lot of energy, a lot of time involved, a lot. It's a lot, as much as it's enjoyable. And for me, like, I thank my clients, because I'm like, because of you, I get to work out too, because I'd be as disciplined to show up at 6 a.m. to work out as hard as I do. If I didn't have people like watching, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, let me just lift this weight and walk on the treadmill, and all right, I'm done. So at least I'm pushed to do it, to actually do it.
Yeah. Again, total change.
Yeah, I know it hits home for you too, because being in the industry as well, knowing how it is, and how much we all had to shift and we had to change. And I know it was tough, because it was one of those things where, well, everybody's doing virtual. Are they going to want to do virtual with me when everybody is doing it? And so many people are offering it. And we had so many amazing members that stayed on board with us full time to support the business, because as an entrepreneur, as a actual location, the rent don't stop. The rent does not stop. And unfortunately, we had to close one of our locations. We had to close our Pines location because the rent didn't stop. And we had to make that change sooner than later to save one location. And we knew that in the end, when things would clear up, that it made the most sense as far as the physical location, the way that our Cooper City location is set up for having space, social distancing, having one entrance, one exit separate from each other, having multiple bathrooms, all those things. We knew that it would make the most sense for that location. So it was devastating too. But these are the lows, these are the lows.
Yeah. On the up, Cooper City is where you wanted to have your business anyway. Mm-hmm. So Pines was that season to learn.
Absolutely.
To get your feet wet.
Absolutely. We learned so much. And we were able to take so much into Cooper City. We were able to design it in a way that we knew would function and work better for our clients and our members, and how they would like to envision it and see it and things like that. We had to change a lot of things, but at the end of the day, we were able to learn so much. And I'm grateful for that 100%. And I give thanks every day to God, thanks. And I'm very faith driven, and know that even in the times of lows, when, I'm crying on the treadmill, wondering what we're going to do and how this is going to work out, I know that having faith, full faith, knowing that if you just continue to press on and continue to push and drive yourself, that regardless of what you're faced, that you will always overcome as long as you keep that mindset of, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going because I'm right there. I always think of that picture. I don't even know. It's like somebody like chiseling away in like a cave, and on the other side, like you're so close. I'm sure
So close. Yeah.
you're so close to hitting like the prize or the gold or the diamonds or whatever it is. And then you have the other picture below it, like showing the person walking away when they're like, so you're right there. Like and you don't know that you're right there. So you have to keep going. Like you just have to keep going. If you have a passion for it, you got to keep going. You can't give up no matter what. The doors will open no matter what.
Yes, yes. You may have to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to humble yourself a little bit. You know, you may have to learn some new skills.
Absolutely.
You may have to go back to school. It's a lot of things you may have to do. You may have to be friendly with people who I mean, all sorts of things, right?
Oh yeah.
But it's growth.
It's growth. That's exactly what it is. You have to be continuously growing in order to offer others your best self, you know, so that you can be the best, and that way you can give them the best so that they can become the best version of themselves, so that they can grow as well. And that's always been our mission, and our purpose is for us to be able to, number one, change lives, and number two, give people a purpose and help them to be able to drive forward and to continue pushing forward regardless of their own situation and their own fears and obstacles and challenges.
Yes, yes, yes.
But yeah, man, we did kids classes virtually. We started doing kids classes virtually. We started doing all sorts of like monthly challenges to keep people engaged virtually, to keep them looking for something. Yeah. Started to do our newsletter again to give people something to read on their downtime, you know?
Yeah, just something. Where are my fitness enthusiasts? Where are the hard workers who, pandemic or not, have not stopped? Whether it was virtual, whether you shifted to outdoor workouts, whether you worked out in your bathtub, no, whatever it was.
Hey, you never know.
Right there on your couch, you know, did dips on your couch and push-ups on your stairs or whatever. There you go. There's a couple of them right there. Because as you said, your story about when you had to close, I think that Wednesday, because at 24-Hour Fitness, all the locations closed on that Monday.
Yeah.
Remember that because I taught class that morning. Mm-hmm. I taught class 5 o'clock or 5:30 that afternoon. And then my 7:30 class, the gym was dead. And they were like, yeah, we're going to be closed and we don't know when we'll open back up. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I remember 2 days later, that Wednesday, I started my first virtual class. I didn't wait. Monday night, I created a flyer. Yeah. I said, hey, here we go. Virtual classes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know. As business owners, we had no idea how long, what was going to happen.
And when it's your livelihood also. You know what I mean? For many of us, it's our livelihood, just like any other business. Just like big corporations needed to pivot as well in order to be able to do their thing. It's the same exact thing. And I think the ones that are still here are the ones that pivoted so quickly and didn't give up. And we're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this until I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. We started even doing, when things started to, I think maybe it was like a couple weeks into it, we started then doing outdoor workouts as well, meetups in the parking lot at Cooper City. And we started doing a Savage Saturday. That's when Savage Saturday started for us. And it was Savage Saturday because it was like this super crazy intense workout. And it was usually like a list of crazy exercises, a couple million laps around the parking lot, do some exercises again, do those laps again, and you timed yourself. So it was a really cool challenge. And we were able to social distance because everybody had like their own parking spots. And that kept people engaged too. And so we carry, and so now that we have reopened since June of last year, we have carried over that Savage Saturday into our regular routines and stuff like that. So it's a crazy workout.
Yeah, let me tell you, parking lots saved my career.
Yep. Parks and anywhere you can get that workouts done. Anywhere. It was like, what are my options? Where can I go? How can I help people continue to stay sane? Because it was like, I don't know, for us, and I'm sure many people listening, having to teach my kids virtual school, I needed an outlet to go do my own thing because otherwise I was going to lose it.
Yeah, virtual school could be a whole theme on its own.
Oh yeah, a whole conversation in itself. That's for sure. That could be one of your months, teacher month, and talk about the whole. See, look at that, giving you ideas. There you go. Yeah, I mean that would be a great, just to hear the insights from our educators, because man, God bless them, because I know, I mean we've seen it firsthand, and the ins and outs, and the teachers leaving and new teachers in the classrooms, and the kids having to learn all new ways of doing things. I mean, it is challenging as a parent, but as well as an educator, because it's new for everybody. Had to pivot. Everybody had to change.
Yeah. And I mean, think about these young kids, 7 years old, 8 years old, having to pay attention and learn on a laptop.
That is like I would be sitting, because again, like I'm still working, because even though I'm not teaching classes, and even to this day, if I'm not teaching classes, I'm working behind the scenes, running the business, doing the schedules, doing the this and that, the routines, creating all this stuff, and creating content. So I'm still working. Like my day is still going, and I have one child, next to me, my 7-year-old, that's flipping over in the seat and trying to stay focused. I'm like, you need your camera on, you need your mic on. Like,
they turn the camera off and they just do whatever.
I look over and he's like gone. I'm like, where did he go? It was quite interesting. Many times all you could do is laugh about it, because if not, you would just be crying about it because it was super challenging, very challenging.
Yeah. Sometimes I think about, and you can tell me if you do the same. Do you have anybody? You don't have to say their actual name.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you want to call them out, call them out. But do you have any people? Can you think of any people who you just haven't seen since this whole thing started? Like the gyms closed down, and like there are certain people who, like, I was coming from teaching classes of 60 people, 80 people, 40 people. And there are people that I had not seen since March of 2020.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they just, I mean, I've heard friends of friends of friends of friends say that they've seen some of the people and they just gained a whole bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And they just got used to not working out. Like,
yeah. Which is probably why you haven't seen them, because they don't want to come see you. That's why. They're nervous.
I'm like, gyms have been open since like June, July.
I know, and it's so important to, like, I know, and I get it. Like a lot of people, and I respect it. Any decision, any choice that anybody wants to take, whether they want to continue virtual for the rest of their lives, whatever they decide. Maybe they've decided that virtual is just their way of doing things, and they're very self-motivated and things like that. But I believe, like, as humans, just like my children, like we need to be in the presence of other people. Like we have to. We are social beings, regardless of whether you're an introvert, an extrovert. It doesn't matter what type of person you are. We are definitely social beings, and we need to be around other people. We need to be exposed to that, and it's so, so important, especially for my children, which is why I sent them back to school, regardless of what my fears were. and what my like desires really were. I wish I could just in a bubble and just keep them home forever. But at the same time, for their own social aspect of things and for their own sense of mental health, like they needed to go back. And I believe same thing with fitness. Like it is so important for people to now start to venture and start to get back into their routines, whatever that was before, whether they were going to boot camps, going to the gym. There's so many ways to continue doing that and to be safe and to still be safe. And there's still people that are doing meetups and things like that. But it's just really, that social aspect of things is definitely 100%. I'm totally for like the at-home workouts. I mean, I've been doing it. I've been doing it for so long, but at the same time, like I'm like, I need to go like see my people. Like I need to see them. But there are people that we haven't seen that have left the gym, from even like a lot of our newer members that joined Cooper City that had left, and I have not seen them. Like not even like on social. I'm like, where are they? Like what's going on? But at the same time, it makes you worry a little bit and wonder how they're doing. And it's hard to reach out to somebody that you don't have any contact information for or things like that. But because there are a lot of people, and I know that the numbers of depression and everything are super high given everything that's going on. But I truly
Employment.
Yes, in unemployment, I truly feel that because of the social aspect of things and because we're all now hiding and everything is Zoom, everything's virtual, that we can't like let out ourself, like who we are, express ourselves, because everybody is so unique in their own way. And if you can't express who you are amongst other people and be social, you're just like burying yourself in, like it's just, I guess it's kind of hard to explain. But yes, point of the story is we're social beings and we all need to get out there and start interacting. Be safe in your own way, whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Yes, yes. Part of, or should I say, one of the reasons why people take classes, yes, to get in shape, and yes, to relieve stress, but also, as you said, to be social, to interact. The number of friendships, and I'm sure you've seen it, the number of friendships that have originated in the gyms from doing classes. People take classes and they meet people and they form friendships and they grow, and then after class they go and they hang out and all that stuff. Like that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
Why
I
people
mean,
take classes.
100%. You have that common denominator of your fitness life, and a lot of times, people, like at home, you don't necessarily always have the same interest as everybody that you're living with. So it's like when you have your outlet or your hobby or your fitness life, you absolutely build those relationships with people. And when you can't see them anymore, that takes a huge toll on you as a person. And it becomes lonely and depressing and very, very, it's sad. I mean, we've all dealt with it. Even though I enjoy my own time and I enjoy my alone time, and I'm when I'm home, I'm doing my own thing, my quiet time. But I like to be I like to see people. I like to know about them. I like to know about their stories. What do they have going on? I like to learn about people. And it encourages me and it gives me ideas in life, like how you never know how you can become better unless you talk to people and find out like what they're doing and things like that, how you can grow.
Yeah, definitely. So we have reached the part of the show where colors. All right, so for those who have been watching, you guys already know what time it is. For those who have no idea what colors means, I'll explain. So I'm going to name various colors, and as my guest, you will just share what comes to mind.
Oh boy.
It can be one word, it can be a phrase, it can be a short story. In the chat, they love your hair, Sandy.
Oh, thank you. This is new. Oh, thanks.
For the colors, there is no right or wrong answer. You can be pretty logical, pretty straightforward, or you can be super deep and super spiritual. It's entirely up to you. Like I said, there is no right or wrong answer because it's what the colors represent to you. So, are you ready?
I am ready, I think. Let's do
All
this.
right.
It's
See, let's test your color knowledge. Here we go.
Game show.
Color number 1, black.
Oh, come on, fit for life. Part of black, red, white, gray.
There it is. There it is. All right. Color number 2, white.
White. The clouds.
Okay.
Clouds, peace. Basically, it's like, I don't know, whenever you see clouds, just white clouds, peaceful sense of peace.
Peace is needed
Yeah,
during these times.
100%.
Definitely, definitely. All right, here we go. Turquoise.
Oh, that's my favorite color. Turquoise is my favorite color.
Let's see. Let's go with brown.
Brown? Oh my gosh. Dirt? I don't know. I don't know. Brown.
Brown. Brown is everywhere.
That's true. I feel like I'm playing it. My kids, we play the game. What is it? I Spy. I Spy.
I spy something brown.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next color. Here we go. Pink.
Pink. Hearts. Pink hearts. Pink hearts. Love.
Love. You are right, Giselle. I don't think anybody said dirt for a brown. You're right. For the first.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's continue. Here we go. Red.
Red, fit for life again. Red, everything. like seriously, everything. Fire. Red is fire.
I love red.
Yeah, me too. Fierce.
Here we go. Gray.
Gray. Cloudy day. Sadness, kind of.
Why is gray usually associated with sadness?
I don't know. I guess because it's gloomy. You know what I think of gray? I think a lot of like New York City when it's like that season and it's like gloomy and gray because the buildings and everything's like hovering over for whatever reason. It's kind of like, well, sad.
Poor gray.
I know.
I feel like gray has no real friends. I like your cup. Put the product link in.
Oh my gosh, I wish. You know what? I'll have to. Somebody actually, one of our clients got these for us, and they're really cool because they're like, it's like wrapped. So this is like a whole
shiny.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's like a wrap, and it's really nice. I love it, and because we're all about drinking more water, so we try to do like the larger containers and cups and stuff like that. I'll find it.
There we go.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this podcast and you don't have water in your cup, you have something else. I mean, hey,
listen,
I ain't judging you.
Cheers. Cheers. Unfortunately, there's just water in there. Sorry.
Whatever works. All right, moving on. We have a couple more colors left. Here we go. Let's go with green.
Green grass. That's got to be a common one, right? Please tell me it's common.
Grass is common, yes.
Good.
Yes, grass is common. Okay. Now I'm playing I Spy for real. I'm here looking around.
Looking around. I spy something.
Let's continue in that same family. How about army green?
Army green. Oh my gosh. Camouflage. Does that
Okay.
work? Does that fall into that category? Yeah, camouflage.
Okay. We have two more colors. Two more colors. Let's go with orange.
Orange. Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Orange.
There's a
Food?
there,
Fruits? Orange?
okay. Okay.
Food?
There's a picture behind you that has orange and yellow and
You're right. Is that what you're picking my color? Just say purple so I can say my hair already.
they're all waiting for that purple color.
Right?
Oh, I like that. Teal.
Teal. Didn't we say that? Or we said turquoise.
Turquoise.
Teal green. Come on. You're getting like super like, I don't know, teal green. My first car was like a teal green. That was it's good memories.
And what was that first car?
A Ford Explorer. A Ford Explorer was my first vehicle because my dad wouldn't let me get anything outside of a Ford. So if he was going to help me, that's what I had to get, which was fine. Which was fine. It was a great vehicle. But yeah, it was like a teal green color.
Put your first car in the chat. Now I'm curious. What was your first car? My first car was a Honda Civic, a black Honda Civic coupe.
Nice. Mine was a Ford Explorer, and I had worked talking about being an entrepreneur and being, working and everything. I was always driven, and I was always like, "Look, Dad, this is how much money I make. I need you to co-sign for me. I can put down this amount of money. This is how much my car payment's going to be a month. This is how much I can afford." And I was always like that. And he's like, "All right, let's do this." So I was lucky, and I had got a new car and everything because I had already. It was like a PowerPoint presentation. I like put it all out there for him.
That's funny. Look at these cars. All right, we have a Datsun. Woo!
My mom had that car.
Orange Datsun. We had a white Acura, a blue Civic, Toyota Corolla, Pontiac Grand Prix. Okay,
Nice.
fancy. And my Civic was the basic Civic. So this is like 98.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the roll up windows. Everything was
the push down locks and stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Everything was super basic. I was just happy that I had a car though. So.
Me too. Listen, I would have been happy. I started with my dad. I was like, listen, I will take anything. And this was like, I think it was like when like the Dodge Neon had come out, and it was like a super like affordable. You could buy like a new one for super affordable. And I was like, that's all I want. Just give me a car. That's all I want. And I was turning 18. I'm like, come on, Dad. Like any time now. And but he was waiting for the right time.
Yeah, I remember prior to that Honda Civic, my mom drove home a blue Civic, but it was like a 1980 something, boxy, like it needed brakes. She's like, "Hey, do you like this?" I said, "No."
No.
No.
Something a little newer, please.
Something in the 90s. I mean, at least. Like,
yeah, at least.
Like, no. Too funny. All right. Last color, the teal green kind of threw me off. Final color, purple. Purple.
Purple, come on now. The hair.
Is that purple?
It is. It is. It's like a purple pinkish color now. But yeah, I went to the salon, and because I had some blonde in here before, and I was like, listen, do me a favor, and I was like, I want to do something different, and I'm always about doing something different and expressing myself through my hair is really a lot of the ways when I've shaved all the sides and cut it super short, and I've always been able to express myself. Funny enough, interesting story is the first thing I did when I left corporate America was like I dyed my hair like a funky color because I couldn't do it before. So it was the first thing that I did because they wouldn't let me do it before. It just wasn't appropriate it was inappropriate, and so I've always been one to express myself through my hair, and I felt like it's just a way of kind of just like showing the world, maybe fearless in a way when you do like crazy things or colors or cuts or things like that, and it's just a way to be a little different. So I went and I was like, I want like purple or like a red. And so my stylist came back with like this foil of all these colors. And I mean, I'm talking about some were like purple, like really purple. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. But so I went a little bit safe and happy with it. So it was fun. So I'm enjoying it for now until we go back and change it to something else.
Who knows? I love purple. Going back to the cars now, of those cars that you all mentioned in that chat, right? Your first cars. Do any of you still have that car? Is that car still in your household? Maybe it's been passed down to kids, or anybody still have that car or know where that car is? Nope. I swear one of my neighbors has my car.
No way.
I swear. I don't know who, but in the next building is a black Civic. And I wonder if
did you sell it to did you trade it in or did you sell it to someone?
Yeah, I traded it in back in 2001 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I always wonder sometimes. Yeah. Everybody says no. Just
the only people I know that keep cars are my parents. They keep them for like 20 years. 20 years. Easy.
Right?
Oh yeah, easy. They keep vehicles for forever, ever. They're the only ones that I've ever known or met that have like a car that, unless it's like a classic or somebody's keeping a vehicle around because it actually has, sentimental value or something like that. But usually, I think most of us change cars every 3 to 5 years. At least I know I do. Somewhere around there.
I change girlfriends every.
That's a whole another month topic.
Just joking. It's sooner than that.
Yeah.
All right. Exactly. So moving forward. All right. So everybody says no on the cars. No.
Yeah, I don't think anybody keeps their cars. No way. Yeah.
My grandparents had the when they were alive, they had like the Oldsmobiles and the Buicks.
Oh yeah. My family had those, and those big box cars.
Yes.
Those things, they last forever. They were like built to get in a car accident because they wouldn't even bend. they would just go. You just fix it and go on your way. Is just Velcro. Stick it back on. Good to go.
Yeah, the bumpers were like sturdy.
Yeah, they were like legit metal. They're not like the plastic thing. We're now like if you tap something, the whole thing like falls off. It's like, what happened to my bumper? I don't know. Yeah, nothing is built the same. That's for sure.
Cadillac Seville '85. Hey. Right. See. All right. Now it's time to drop some gems. Let's do it. So, what is one lesson that you have learned these past 15 months?
Oh man, one lesson. One lesson is, let's see, the best. I mean, I've learned so many lessons these past 15 months. That's for sure. Okay. Number one, you got to be creative with whatever you're doing. You have to be creative and open-minded. I think those kind of go together because anything can change in an instant. Anything, work life, family life, school life, anything could be changed. That's definitely, the number one lesson that I've learned. And, mainly nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. And you have to be okay with knowing that regardless of what happens, that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to
Yes.
be okay.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. This is definitely the era for the creatives.
Yeah.
Those who are creative. Wait a minute. 79 Grand Prix. I wasn't even born in 79.
Wait a minute.
Hmm. Wasn't even thought of as during that. Sorry. Um,
Yeah, definitely
yeah,
be, have to be creative. You know, you have to be creative, and these times, I mean, you just have to know that, you know, things are gonna pan out the way that they're gonna pan out, regardless of what you think is the plan, because that may not be the plan in 6 months. You know, I think we're still in a time where nobody really knows what the next 6 months holds,
yeah,
6 months to a year. So I think we all have to continue pushing forward and continue driving forward and have that driving force and not giving up on whatever it is that we're pursuing. And I've always believed that in the downtime, especially as an entrepreneur, in the downtime is where you need to grow your business the most. Now
mm,
is not the time to let off the gas. Like, now is the time to be like full speed ahead. I need to do whatever it is possible to find my different outlets, find my sources, find what it is that I want to transition and move and change things up a little bit, because when the momentum starts again, you're gonna be ready. You're gonna be ready for it.
being
And because
ready.
you didn't lay off, you don't want the momentum to kick in and then you to be like, oh shit, like I need to like get myself together now. No, you should have done that 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah, you should have been building your business 6 months ago. Like, now is the time to build, to grow. And whether you're an entrepreneur or anybody in general, even if you're just, perfect example is people that, you know, some of our members are racers and are doing all sorts of different, you know, activities and sports. Like, now's the time to train. Don't wait for another 6 months and then decide, okay, now I'm going to get back into it. No, do it now. Like, do it now. Push forward now. Drive now. So when that time comes, you are ready to go.
Yes, yes. I remember I was in Philly a few years ago. When was that? 4 years ago, 5 years ago? And I was listening to the radio. I forget who the guy was, but he was saying when things are slow, when the economy is kind of shaky, when things in his industry are slow, he never lets his foot off of the gas. He
Right.
continues to promote. He continues to advertise. Continues. And while the the competitors have eased up, so during the downtime, he's like the few or the one person who's still pushing. So they remember him. So when things get busy again, he's already set.
Oh yeah, 100%. One of the best things that I've heard is, you know, I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the most creative. I'm not the best looking, but you know what? I will be the hardest working person in the room. I will not let off the gas. Like, I will keep going regardless. And it may take me twice as long to learn something, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep
Yeah.
pushing forward because, like you say, there are people that are letting off the gas a little bit, kind of taking this downtime to just kind of chill and be like, okay, well, I'll just pick it up, you know, when business picks up. And that's, in my, just you said, not, I mean, in business, you got to keep going. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep pushing forward.
Yes. Especially if this is your passion. Like, your passion doesn't take breaks, or like it doesn't die. It doesn't say, okay, well, it's a pandemic, so let's switch passions. Like, your passion is your passion.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You got to keep driving, keep pushing forward.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Is there a duty, or is there a skill set, or is there anything that you had to learn during these 15 months that prior to this you never really thought of, or you never really saw yourself doing?
Um, Definitely the virtual aspect of things. Definitely. Having to do a virtual workout in front of a camera where you don't know, because for me it's live on a Facebook feed, so I don't know who's watching. So I kind of had to coach while doing a full-on workout, while sweating it out, and also be able to project my voice and my movements while I'm doing them, and knowing that, you know, people are watching. So it's like, all right, guys, right side, left side, meet me in a plank position, mountain climbers this, stand up, jump here, jumping jack, burpee, do a push-up, lift these weights. So that was definitely something that I needed to learn very fast, and just roll with the punches, because if I let my fear get in the way, I would have never done it. So that was definitely something that I needed to pick up, and be okay with being in front of a camera and talking to myself, coaching myself, because I'm alone in a garage talking to myself.
Yes.
That was definitely
during those times. So when I first started that in March of last year, I thought of the fitness videos. I thought of like Sean T. And all these people who they would speak clear and be doing 40 burpees. And their heart rate racing, and they're like still speaking clear. And I'm like, all right, here we go.
Great. I will be right back.
So, yeah, that was it. And then, I started on the Facebook Live. And then eventually I just switched over to Zoom because of the issues with the music. And I remember on Facebook Live, me saying, all right, so we're going to knock out this workout, burpees, squats, push-ups, lunges, whatever. And just let me know when you're done. And I would do the workout and be finished. And I'd have to be like,
are they done yet?
So I had to start saying, put a lion in the chat. When you're done, put a thumbs up, or put a lion, or put a fire emoji. And then there's also like a delay. So I'd be done, and I'm waiting 1 minute, 2 minutes. And then I would see, okay, they're done. So that was a little bit of an adjustment too, because in the class, it's instant.
Right.
You can see who's finished, who's still working on their last set. On the live, many times, you're just guessing.
You have no idea. Yeah, 100%. And I had to change my style of workouts. I had to change everything. So I'm running a stopwatch at the same time that I'm doing the workout, and I'm watching this and I'm doing that, and trying to make sure that, and I avoided a lot of the regular, like, long extended periods of time for that, because I'm like, I could be moving at a certain pace and they're not moving at the same pace. And it's like, all right, how much time do I give them in between?
Yep.
What's going on? I don't even know who's watching. I could be here by myself. I don't even know. So it was super, definitely super. That was one of the things that I had to learn and change and be creative, to have workouts that were creative, so that people didn't get bored. So they had something to look forward to.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely a learning curve. But and the unstable internet in the middle of class.
Oh gosh.
I would just get dropped off, kicked out.
Yeah.
I had to restart my computer, come back on. I come back on, and everybody's like on the couch watching TV while I'm trying to get back. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Right? Oh yeah. That was, fortunately we didn't have too many disconnections. Every now and then we'd have, like, because I would be watching myself, I would be filming with my phone, and I would have my laptop up watching myself in the page, in the Facebook page, so I could see what was going on. So I knew if I was frozen or what, and I'd be like, all right, we're frozen. Hold on a second. Let's wait. Okay, I'm back. All right, we're good. Fortunately, we didn't have, too many of the delays, and we still didn't have too many of the delays. But yeah, on Zoom, that was just, we tried to do Zumba, and that was just crazy, because it was like it couldn't keep up with the movements. So the movements were like going, and then it was delayed, and people watching, like, you don't really know what second they're on, and so that was rough.
Yeah.
What's up, D?
Yeah. What's up, Zira? Yeah, very different. Looking back, it's Kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's when you think about it, it's like, wow, wow, we're going to look back at this one day and be like, remember that time that I did 455 virtual workouts? Because I'm like, by this time, we should have our own DVD set program,
Man,
right, filmed and established and selling. That's what we should be having.
good. Have you only know?
You got to get creative. You never know.
Definitely.
That book that you said, that could be happening. I could be dropping a book any day now.
See, I spoke it into existence. Receive it.
Yeah, that's yes, all about that. All about that.
So as we're in May, we have Memorial Day coming up.
We do. Are you joining us,
What are you guys doing?
Murph?
No, I know that. But I mean,
You did
think,
how many years? You did Murph with us? 1 year or two?
I think 2.
Yeah.
Last year was kind of in the height of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I last year I did Murph on Zoom, either Zoom or Facebook. Yeah, we did the virtual Murph, and
Yeah.
I had people sign in, and I had my screen. It had the actual WAD on my screen.
Nice.
So in the beginning, when I went to go run outside, I still had the WAD on my screen. To my run, and then I think I went live on my phone. So I had the computer on the Zoom, and then I went live on my phone to kind of help those or whatever. And then I came back, and then I think for Murph, I did bands in the house for the pull-ups. I did push-ups and I did squats, but I think with the vest on or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We also did we had the whole month. We had like a calendar out for the month to give people like the challenge to do. So they were practicing their push-ups and their squats all month long, and we would do them in the virtual workout. So every day we would progressively get more higher, and then that way it gave people at least something to do for Murph if they wanted to do it. But the same thing, like I did it here, and we had a couple. I had a couple members and friends come over and just use our pull-up bar in our garage and things like that to be able to at least somewhat do it.
Yeah. So are you guys doing it how you normally, where you have like different waves and all that? Or?
Yeah, we're doing it like we're back to the regular, and we're gonna do it set up in 45-minute time blocks. Not that you have to finish it in 45 minutes, but just that way it kind of separates people. But the great thing is that we have, exactly. You finish it with like 32, 33, 35, somewhere around there. So great thing about the Cooper City setup is that we do have our rig, and we do have like the pull-up bars on the rig, and we also have like the assisted bands for people to be able to do that. But we also now have, which was the great thing about the Cooper City, was we have 10 TRX hookups, so we can raise those up to mimic doing pull-ups. So you can sit on the ground and pull yourself up, so at least you're getting assisted pull-ups. So we have those ways of doing it too.
Okay, and then, nice.
Yeah, so we're gonna do every 45-minute blocks. People can sign up and join in and do that. So that'll be fun.
What's the earliest time you guys have?
7 a.m. So 7 a.m. 7 a.m. and you register and get in. You get this year. You register and you get a completion shirt as well. Nice. Snacks and drinks and all that good stuff. So we're looking forward to having it kind of back to what it was 2 years ago, 2019. And getting back to that. So that'll be nice.
I think it wasn't last year, but the year before, I did back-to-back Murph because I had two waves. So I did back-to-back Murph, and then I taught a kickboxing class right after that.
Well, that was crazy.
Thinking I did it, but I was dehydrated.
Oh, I'm sure.
Terribly.
I'm sure.
By the time I got to class, thank God the people that came to class were those who had energy. So that their energy was what helped me. So, but after that class, like I just crashed.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Murph alone, one Murph is enough. It's
Yeah.
enough because you really do completing. I mean, you really do. The whole point is for you to push yourself and to challenge yourself and to do
Yeah.
just a little bit more than you normally would. So,
Yes.
I mean, that's the whole, the purpose of it is to be like done after, not to be doing two and then kicking and then doing a kickboxing class. Just saying. A
Complex.
little
For
crazy.
those who don't know what Murph is, who are in the dark, let's tell them. So, actually, Sandy, go ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Murph, interesting enough, is on our podcast. We film our podcast on Tuesdays, and today we talked about Murph and we talked about all that good stuff and everything like that. But it is a workout from Michael Murphy, which is a Navy lieutenant, and he did this workout. It wasn't called Murph at the time; it was called like an armored workout, and he did this workout for like fun, what he considers fun, and he was in Afghanistan fighting for us. And he passed away in Afghanistan. And so afterwards, the CrossFit world adopted Murph Challenge in honor of him, as well as all our other, soldiers and our military fighting for us. And so this is a workout that's done. It's 1 mile run. It is 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then a 1 mile run to finish, all with a 20-pound vest or to your level. And obviously the point is, like, we've done it, different scales. Obviously you can do it straightforward, strict is what you call it, exactly what I said, with the 20-pound weight the entire time is considered strict. Or you can break it up and do it modified. You can adjust it, you can do it, break up however you need to. Really, I think the whole point is to encourage people to do it, to challenge themselves to do it, and to not leave people out, not leave anybody out, and not feel like you can't do it because you can't do a pull-up. Find a way to do something, adjust it how you need to. But the purpose is, the meaning behind it is really to remind ourselves of why you're doing this workout, the purpose of it, and to really push yourself and drive yourself to do something that you wouldn't normally do.
Yes. So you guys heard right. 1 mile run.
Do it.
100 pull-ups. 200 push-ups. 300 squats.
Yeah.
And then you ended off with another mile run.
Yeah.
Easy.
Got it. All day long.
Light work. And we do that on Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming up this year. Is on
Monday.
No, I mean, what
31st.
What date? 31st.
Yeah. So it's a great way to end the month, right?
Yes. For those of you who haven't worked out in 15 months, if you're gonna do Murph, I would go the modified version.
I would highly, I would say that as well. Like, do find different ways of doing it. We last year, because obviously a lot of people didn't have pull-up bars or ways of doing it, they just swapped the pull-ups for something else, whether it be sit-ups or a different type of basic exercise. It is really what it came down to. And I think that's really what it's all about, is just doing it, modifying how you need to, adjusting the weights how you need to, add the 20 pounds where you can. Most of us can add 20 pounds while we're doing our squats. We could do that. If you can't do it while you're doing your pull-ups or your push-ups or your run, totally understandable, not being able to do that there, but at least add it where you can. And this is, I was like, my cat just jumped up here to say hi, but he's not being
Hey, kitty.
All right. He's not a cat. He's like a lion. Like I said, we have 2 Great Danes, 2 Maine Coons, which are huge cats. I couldn't even fit him on the screen. He's huge. We don't do anything small in this house. Everything's got to be large and massive.
You have any snakes, or have you ever had snakes?
I have had a snake once, and that was one and done. That was not my idea. Not my thing. I didn't like feeding it live mice, and that wasn't my I tried, but we've had chameleons, we've had bearded dragons, we've had fish, we've had rabbits, we've had birds, We've had all sorts of animals, rescued birds from outside that have fallen out of trees. Kids have a hamster. We had 3, now we have 1. So, and it's the longest living hamster that I know of. I think it's like almost 3 years old. I thought it was only going to last like 18 months, but here we are. It's 3 and it's still going.
He survived the pandemic.
Yeah, right? Let me tell you, he's taking advantage of the pandemic. He's nice and plump. He hasn't been working out. So he's eating a lot of food.
That's funny. So, where can people reach you? How can people reach you if they're looking for a gym to join, a bunch of crazy people who do crazy workouts like Murph and stuff?
Right? Absolutely. If you guys are looking for a cool, fun, new challenge, something to try, something new, we're right in Cooper City, which is, and we're in the plaza right in the corner of Sheridan and Hiatus. So we're right in that plaza. Embassy Lakes Plaza is what they call it. We have Instagram and Facebook. So it's Fit for Life _ Fit for Life spelled FIT, just like my name. FIT, the number 4, LYFE _ Cooper City is our Instagram and our Facebook. And yeah, and that's it. But fun times, guys. Everybody's welcome. Oh, there's Jason. Look and popping in. Look at him. With the web address right there. Yes, we are there as well.
Right there. And you have classes. You have classes every day.
I have 3% left on my laptop. Just letting you know, in case I get cut. We've been talking so much. It's like an overdrive.
There we go. We got to wrap this up.
We have classes every day. So we're classes Monday through Sunday. And our classes start as early as 5:15 in the morning. So we have during the week 5:15, 6:15, 7:15, 8:15 in the morning. And then we come back in the afternoon, 5:45, 6:45, Monday through Thursday. We have a 4:45 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. 5:30 happy hour, which is that poppin', jammin', hot class, water only class. Just kidding. You drink whatever you want to. And then Saturdays and Sundays are our 7, 8:15, and 9:30 class.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sandy, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Thank you for the friendship. Your intro was the best. I truly appreciate your time and everything. I know our time is very valuable, so I enjoy it. Thank you.
No problem. Is there anything that you would like to leave the guests with? Any phrase, any quote, anything?
Yeah, absolutely. My purpose, my mission, my drive has always been that regardless of what your goals are, that chase your dreams, chase your goals, don't be scared regardless, because let that fear drive you, because that is what is going to get you to that next step, that next level in your life, no matter what it is, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or run a race or do Murph, whatever you want to take on, let that fear drive you. It's good for you.
There it is. It's good for you.
Yeah, it's growth.
Eat that cake.
Right? Absolutely. Always.
Good for you.
Celebrate life.
Yes. Absolutely. Sandy Tocci.
Tocci with an H. I think there's an H in there somewhere that there's not.
Tocci. Like Hitachi.
Tocci.
Like hibachi.
Exact. Yes. Just like
hibachi.
That. There you go. Okay. You never forget.
I got it now.
Like Chi-Town. You will never forget.
I got it. Awesome. Sandy, again, thank you so much.
Guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. Appreciate everybody jumping on and watching.
Yes. And the audio, for those watching, the audio will be available tomorrow. So you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Radiocast, all those other platforms you can stream in. So, well, there you have it. Yeah, there you have it.
I know, right? Peace out, guys. Have a great night.
Woo! Wasn't that great? I enjoyed it. I really did. I definitely enjoyed that. Thank you all for tuning in, for being part of this movement, of this BLAZETHELION podcast. This is not done without you all. This is not done without you all. So just wanted to tell you all thank you. Thank you, and thank you. All right, if you missed some of this podcast, You can replay it. The replays are up on YouTube and on Facebook. And like I mentioned to Sandy, the audio will be available tomorrow on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and all those other streaming platforms. Hope you all got some insight. Hope you all got some gems. Hope you all had fun, right? Make it fun. Yes, we learn. Yes, we bring education. Yes, we bring motivation, but it's also entertainment. It's also fun. So I hope you all were able to have fun. You sipped on your wine or on your teas or on your water, made dinner, chilling with your family, and just enjoy life, man. Life can be stressful, just from people to the government to bills to health scares to all sorts of things. So don't take life for granted. Don't take your family for granted. Enjoy life. Put your health first. You only get one life. You only get one shot. Unless you believe in reincarnation, then maybe you're on a life path 8, like me. So that's another episode and topic. So anyway, peace and love. We do this every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Thank you all again. Feel free to share this podcast with your friends. Love it, like it, all of that. And if you want to support, again, the link is below here at www.anchor.fm/BlazeTheLion/support. Those who would like to support in the growing of this podcast. All right. I respect everybody's time. Thank you all for rocking with us. 90 minutes, basically. So peace and love. All right. Next week, we have a special guest, also an entrepreneur. I will post the details on who that guest is later on this week. Yes. And then June's theme will be community. So that'll be fun for June. I'm showcasing people who are making a difference in their community. All right? Yes, yes. I truly love y'all. I really do. Each and every one of you, man. Peace and love. Prosper, succeed, and just be the best, the absolute best that you can be. Because you got this. Yes, indeed. This was the Blaze the Lion podcast with your host, Blaze, and my lions. Love y'all. Peace and love. Ah.